And as always, Wakanda forever. Paid for by Kamala Harris.
What? I don't remember this.
And as always, Wakanda forever. Paid for by Kamala Harris.
Here, let's see what Kamala had to say recently.
We simply know we cannot count on Donald Trump to help keep America and Americans safe, not here at home and not on the world stage. And yes, I am also talking then about national security. This week, our president, Joe Biden, is hosting more than 30 global leaders in Washington, D.C. for the NATO summit. Now, NATO is the greatest military alliance the world has ever known. And thanks to our president, Joe Biden, if there is one single person who deserves credit in the world for strengthening NATO, making it stronger, making it more united and...
This is classic Democratic Party, like, ineptitude. This is classic Democratic Party ineptitude in the sense that, like, obviously it's like, it's NATO time right now. So like they're talking about it. I really, really hope that they don't run with this as their like main talking point. Okay. I really, really, really hope that they're not just like, you know, vote for us, whoever the candidate is, whether it's Joe Biden or Kamala Harris or whoever it is, because we're the NATO party. Oh my God. This is like, I'm so hyper focused on Joe Biden dropping out that I forget to talk about like regular Democratic incompetence. This is regular Democratic Party incompetence. Okay. Another HasanAbi's lock from way, 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 way back. This is something that I've been talking about, something I talked about like 2 years ago. Where I was like, I really hope that when re-election comes around, they don't just like run with, we are the party that's funding the Ukrainian defense, because Americans will not care about it. Americans don't care about it now, as I said 2 years ago, and they do not care. They will not care about it at all. It will be something that they're negatively polarized against, as a matter of fact. Oh no, it's just like, this is for all of the NATO defenders in the chat. Before you get mad at me and say like, oh, you love Vladimir Putin. I'm not even talking about that. Okay, I don't. But I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about using this as a way to win re-election in the United States of America is not a successful strategy. You will never outflank the Republicans on militarism and patriotism to begin with, regardless. And you will certainly not do it by talking about like the bureaucratic technocratic elements of like America's global military dominance in the most boring, nerdy ways possible. Okay? It's just not going to happen. Americans don't even care about that shit to begin with.
And more effective, that is Joe Biden. That is Joe Biden. And having made it more effective, then together with our allies around the globe, we are standing up to the dictator Putin, all to ensure America is strong and Americans are safe. On the other hand, do watch, because it's not new. On the other hand, watch as Donald Trump has embraced Putin. Watch that. It's not just happening today, it's been happening. As Trump, threatened to abandon NATO and encouraged Putin to invade our allies. He even said Russia can, and I'm going to quote him now, and forgive the use of the word, but he said, quote, Russia can, quote, do whatever the hell they want. And he wants to be the president of the United States?
Yo, they need to take her off. They need to take her off the benzos and just give her some coke or something. She needs to be on uppers pronto. I want to see what that would look like. Obviously, right now, you look at what she's doing, you look at her performance and you go, oh my God, she's so much better than Joe Biden. And while that is absolutely true, okay, you have blinders on due to how bad Joe Biden is, okay? This is not enough. She needs to be a little bit more charismatic. Kamala needs to get off the downers and get on some uppers pronto. I think that's probably her biggest weakness. She got no aura. She's missing the charisma key. Yes. I am a firm, committed believer in the 13 keys. And one of the keys is obviously lack of charisma or having charisma. And she definitely misses the charisma key.
And understand, as Trump bows down to dictators, he makes America weak. And that is disqualifying for someone who wants to be commander-in-chief of the United States of America. That is disqualifying.
Her cadence is so fake. Yeah, she reads really bad. I think like she reads very phony.
They taught us that we could do anything and should never be burdened by the limitations of other people to be able or not be able to see what can be. And this is that community who understands and can see what is possible unburdened by what has been.
Please don't. Oh my God. I'm worried that the coconut memes are getting in her staffers' ears and they're just like letting her freak flag fly a little bit. No, in 2020, during the primaries, Kamala Harris had this like Democratic Party method that she would routinely demonstrate that I absolutely despise and made fun of her for quite frequently, which is the classic word salad of saying so many things while not saying anything at all. Okay. And I despise that. She would be like, we are looking into thinking of ways of potentially coming to terms with a new reality that we will bring about. I just said a whole bunch of shit, but I didn't actually say anything at all. Hillary Clinton used to do this as well. Many Democrats do this as well, where they're just like trying to run out the word count, trying to max out the word count, trying to sound profound when not saying anything at all. I think that especially when you're running against someone like Donald Trump, who is so straight to the chase that he will just straight up be like, yeah, immigrants are rapists, dog. We got to kill them. Sometimes that kind of rhetoric ends up negatively polarizing a lot of people against you, but it's really good for your own base of support. You cannot Jordan Peterson's a great example. You can't do this like Jordan Peterson shit, okay? You can't do this like word salad shit. Kamala Harris has this going for her in a bad way. Let's take a look at this thread of, top Kamala Harris moments.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
She's right. Clapping along to a song protesting her in Puerto Rico and stopping when her aide translated it to her. This was really funny.
I love good news. Love good news. I just love good news.
My goat. Me after being indoctrinated by an alien overlord calling what? Good news after the global intergalactic invasion of 2063. Dancing down the hallway with a bunch of children during her campaign. Oh, this was awesome. Terrible ass beat. Even Cardi couldn't work with this. Okay, chill. I think Megaphonics is not even entirely wrong. I can't believe I'm saying that. I hope this does not actually play into him becoming more unhinged here. But to be honest, when she's off script in moments like these, she kind of comes off as the average suburban middle-aged mom. It low-key works, I think. Don't underestimate the average suburban middle-aged mom vote. I don't think you're wrong. Can't believe I'm saying that. I hope this doesn't come back to bite me in the ass.
See you guys later. It's the Bennetts.
Hello, Madam Vice President. Hello, Senator Bennett. Thank you.
Okay, that one's actually a banger.
Okay,
That one's, I've never seen that one before. That's awesome. By the way, isn't that Blumenthal and then Bennett back to back? What did they know? Both have come out against Brandon.
It's the Bennetts.
Hello, Madam Vice President. Hello, Senator Bennett. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Kamala through the first brig of Stonewall.
I like it.
Yes. This is the song of the summer, okay? There she is.
54 years
standing right here. We fought for our rights. Unbelievable. Tell us something that we can be optimistic about this Pride season.
We are all in this together.
Okay.
We are fighting for the ideals of our country. We believe in its promise of equality and freedom. We are not going to be deterred. We are not going to tire.
Nope.
We're not going to throw up our hands. We're going to roll up our sleeves.
To me, Stonewall means strength in numbers.
Yeah.
Every time you put a rock on that wall, we become stronger and
That's
stronger
right.
and stronger. And you put your rock here today.
Oh,
Thank you. How were the tips this weekend?
very good. People are very good. Yes.
America needs a mom in charge.
College students. I see our college students up there. And let me just tell you, I love Gen Z. I don't know if some people, I love Gen Z. So, okay, for the older adults, this is going to be a humbling thing I'm about to share with you. If someone is 18 years old today, they were born in 2005. Oh, yeah, check that out. Think about that for a minute.
Okay, that hurt me too. Like, why am I catching a stray?
You know?
Oh, she's doing the what can be unburdened by what has been again. Yo, this is her bar.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be unburdened by what has been. 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 What
Why is she so zooted? I don't know. I think this is the reason why all of her fucking staffers keep quitting. They keep telling her, like, dude, stop saying that shit. Like, nobody understands what you mean by it. And it kind of sucks. You think you're eating, but like all you sound like you just ate an edible. Okay. No, she didn't eat, bro. She ate a bar. She didn't. Those aren't bars. She ate a bar. She's barred out.
we can see, what we believe can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
Like, dude, Bill Clinton's another fucking fossil fuel too. And is younger than Joe Biden.
What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Who we can be unburdened by who we have been. What can be unburdened by what has been. Where we can be unburdened by where we have been and unburdened by where we are right now. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be.
Bro, she thinks this is fire. Okay. Oh my God. What is she doing? Oh my God. Stop. Oh God. She's going to come out so strong with this. How am I not myself? The Kamala Harris story. Oh my God. This is 56 seconds so far and it feels like a lifetime.
Unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What could be unburdened by what had been. What can be unburdened by what has 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 been. Unburdened by what has been, believing in what can be. What can be unburdened by what has been. 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 What
She thinks this is fire because it's probably a recycled version of that Marxist phrase of tradition weighing on the mind of the living. I mean, maybe it does track. Her father, which she is not on good terms with, Donald Sterling Harris, I believe, is a Marxist professor at Stanford. He actually is a Marxist. Pete Buttigieg and Kamala Harris both had Marxist dads. Hold on. I don't want to mess up his name. Is it not Sterling Harris? No, it's not Donald Sterling Harris. Donald Sterling is the racist guy. Yeah, Donald J. Harris. Donald J. Harris is a Jamaican-American economist and professor emeritus at Stanford University, known for applying post-Keynesian ideas to development economics. He's the father of the 49th and current vice president of the United States, Kamala Harris. And the coconut tree thing is literally like the coconut tree argument could be applied in in Marxist terms for sure. So maybe, I don't know if she thinks she's like doing, liberal version, like a liberal version of that kind of. I don't know how. The coconut tree thing is basically saying you're a product of your material conditions. Yes, it is materialism. Like the coconut tree thing is materialism, 100%. That's not even a joke. She's doing liberal dialectics. Yes, but we know that she's not exactly a socialist at all. But yeah, he's criticized Kamala Harris quite a bit. Like he wrote a scathing op-ed about her, talking about smoking weed, smoking ganja, and like tying it back to being Jamaican. He was very, very disappointed in her. Regardless, the what can be unburdened by what has been, I don't know what the fuck that's about.
Unburdened by what has been.
What can be unburdened by what has been?
What can be unburdened by what has been.
What could be unburdened by what had been.
Okay, I can't listen to the rest.
We
of
need you to be Mamala of the country.
Absolutely hating when Drew Barrymore asked her to be Mamala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's being delivered
And so
tomorrow.
just little, 1 minute out. I have 1 minute.
Yeah.
Kosher salt, fresh ground pepper, maybe chop up a little thyme, and then you can mix it even with, okay, so do the salt and pepper all over it, just lather that baby up, right? With on the outside in the cavity. You could also chop up, but not with the thyme, just the salt and pepper. Mix that up also with some thyme. You could even do a little rosemary if you want. Under the skin with some butter before you're gonna cook it, so that butter will just melt in there. And then get a nice big bottle of cheap white wine to baste with butter. Yes, hi.
She puts my hand.
Meeting her Jewish mother-in-law.
She puts my face in her hand. So it's Barb and Mike, my father-in-law's Mike. She puts my face in her hand. She looks at me and she says, "Oh, look at you. You're prettier than you're on television. Mike, look at her." No. Where do you? Me. She puts my face in her hand.
I can't believe she did that. I can't believe she did that. That's crazy. Dude, there's a lot of stuff here. Not that funny. I mean, it was pretty. This person is one heartbeat away from the presidency. I don't know. She was pretty good at the accent. It comes from a place of closeness to the subject matter for sure.
I love Venn diagrams. I really do. I love Venn diagrams. It's just something about those three circles and the analysis about where there is the intersection, right? Yeah, I see people that you agree with me, right? So, okay, so I asked my team. I brought props. I love Venn.
Yeah, no, she did do a good job with the accent, and therefore it's HasanAbi approved.
Governor and I, and we were all doing a tour of the library here and talking about the significance of the passage of time. Right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time in terms of...
Okay, the more I see her, the more I'm like, maybe it's not so bad. Am I going crazy? Eight years of this, not so bad. Yes, it's fucking awful, bro. Bro, she's actually got some riz. I swear this would play so well with the live, laugh, love crowd for real. These are the conversations I have while I'm tripping on acid. Can you explain for non-Americans who really don't get much coverage on Kamala Harris why people seemingly dislike her more compared to the other possible Dem candidates? I wouldn't say people dislike her more. She just has no riz. Like she has negative aura. When she speaks for an extended period of time, she drones on, and she doesn't say much at all. Like, she says so many words, and yet says absolutely nothing at the same time. Of course, in comparison to someone like Joseph Robinette Brandon, who, by the way, I'm going to give you the audio from the audio that President Biden's team asked to be removed from the interview. On the one hand, you got what can be unburdened by what has been. On the other hand, this is what you got.
In addition to that, I have more blacks in my administration than any other president, all of the presidents combined, and major positions, cabinet positions.
That's when he's coherent, which is unique. in comparison to the many moments where he's not coherent. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn it, Joe. Couldn't have this been a flub moment for you? Maybe it would have been better. When did the judge say, at least he didn't say colored? I mean, he basically did. Like, he hit the hard B on that blacks. Put some stank on it. Man thought he was back in 1960. Yeah. Is this a recording of the founder fathers? The founder father. And also the other part that he wanted to get out of the audio was in reference to Donald Trump's call for the death penalty for the Central Park Five, the removal of, I don't know if they even called for their hanging or not, but they said convicted of murder. Civic Media, Wisconsin-based progressive talk radio network said Thursday it had agreed to make 2 edits at the request of his campaign before the broadcast aired, a decision the station said fell short of journalistic interview standards. Isn't it cool when one president is regularly saying, one former president is regularly saying that I have my African American over there. Blacks love me. And then the other one's like, I got blacks. So many of them. One could say I own them, Jack. Like, great. This is literally the same thing that I keep repeating over and over again. Neither of these motherfuckers give a shit about black people. Like, even a little bit, okay? It's great. It's awesome. Wonderful, wonderful situation. Anyway, let's get back to Mamala.
What we need to do to lay these wires, what we need to do to create these jobs. And there is such great significance to the passage of time when we think about a day in the life of our children. The governor and I
think the passage of time is significant. She's right. Oh, this is the classic. You know this one already. We all know this is the best thing that she's ever said.
Do not come. Do not come.
When talking about immigrants, by the way, asylum seekers, this was her talking about asylum seekers, but it's such a ridiculous standalone quote that, like, obviously people forgot the context in which she said this, but you know.
Do not come. Do not come.
Court is on the line.
No, Taraji. Now, you know I wouldn't do that, especially not to a fellow bison.
The real, ain't you?
You know. So what's on your mind?
Oh, Madam VP Harris, I'm worried about the election. Women's reproductive rights are on the line. Our Supreme Court is on the line. Our basic freedoms are being tested, Madam VP. I know you've been traveling across the country. What are you hearing?
Yeah, girl, I'm out here in these streets. And let me tell you, you're right, Taraji.
She's out here in these streets.
There is so much at stake in this moment. The majority of us believe in freedom and equality. But these extremists, as they say, they not like us.
They not.
There's a full-on attack.
As they say, they not like us. Okay, this one's bad. This one's like, this is negative aura. Not good. Not good. Abort.
Extremists, as they say, they not like us.
They not.
There's a full-on attack on our...
Even she's having a hard time after that line. She's like, yeah, they not.
There's a full-on attack on our fundamental freedoms. The freedom to vote.
Yep.
The freedom to love who you love. The freedom to be safe from gun violence. The freedom for a woman to make decisions about her own body, not having her government.
That's loud.
Big Sister General. Big Sister General.
It's dank. What? Another one?
Okay, so there's some education that needs to be done. I can see that. Okay, so there's some education that needs to be done. I can see that.
Damn, she's holding a Funko Pop? That's crazy. All right. All jokes aside, one last Kamala moment. Okay.
And as always, Wakanda forever. Paid for by Kamala Harris.
What? I don't remember this.
And as always, Wakanda forever. Paid for by Kamala Harris.
That's real too. I thought it was fake. Yo, I literally thought that was AI, like some racist shit that Republicans cooked up. I thought she was, bro, I straight up thought that was some like racist shit that the Republicans made with AI to be like, see, like that's so, oh my God, that's nuclear cringe. That's okay. An actual good clip of her. I've never seen people post this before about apartheid last time.
Go up to the Capitol Mall. I felt like almost every weekend and protest against apartheid. And so this is us at a protest. We were protesting in particular for divestment from South Africa.
You know what's crazy? Brandon was also super anti-apartheid very publicly. We have both a president and a vice president that were ironically very anti-South African apartheid. Just, you know, something to think about. Something to think about in terms of the current existing, very much supported apartheid in Israel.